Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Tuesday, April 3rd, 2012. I've looked around at all the markets, the major 17 market charts that we track on our free website at PerfectStockAlert.com, which are always there for you to look at. They're always updated with my little notations on them. And I've found the one that I believe is the strongest right now. Like I've said, past few days, I think the markets are peaking, and I believe that when people start selling the stock, they're going to, in effect, be buying dollars, and that would drive up the dollar trade there. So when we're looking at the UUP today, this is the U.S. dollar index bullish fund, and that's what we're seeing today, what we've been talking about. When we saw a little bit of weakness in the markets today, what happened? We see a big move by the UUP. So this is where I'd be playing that market sell-off theory. If you're looking for a peak, which you should be, with the NASDAQ having, 8 consecutive weeks. If it closes up this week, it'll be 8 consecutive weeks to the upside. We've not seen that since the flash crash, and so I would be betting on a reversal as opposed to the markets just soaring much, much higher right now. That's how I'm playing it. What I'm looking at this chart here, you can see that we have a note right here on the chart saying a possible inverse head and shoulders pattern is developing here. We're seeing that because you've got this first move here, first shoulder down to about 2184, jumps up here to 2230, sells off lower, forming the head, and it comes up a little bit higher. And that tells us there might be a shift in the trend from a downtrend to an uptrend whenever we get a series of higher highs, and we got that here and here. So now we want to be looking for that. Then we get this pullback down here, and what do we find? Well, about support at roughly the same level, 2184 there. 2185 was the low today. You can see that we are forming this inverse head and shoulders, and because you have already got a series of higher highs here and here, and now you've got this low of 2174 and a slightly higher low here, you are in fact turning from this downtrend to an uptrend. It's still the early stages of it, but it is happening right in front of you. So pay attention to that. My stop is set off of this low point here. That's how you do an inverse head and shoulders pattern trade. You set the stop off of the low of the head. The low is 2174, therefore the stop is 2173. That's what this blue line indicates right here. And we've been being a buyer on this one for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Well, basically, we alerted it on this day, so it's actually on 4 days right here. Any weakness here, I'd be a buyer as long as this stop is actually remains held. We don't see a close or a fall below that level. I'd still be a buyer here, looking for a test of this high over here. And that's when we're going to challenge this neckline. When price actually moves up here and we get a close above the neckline, at that point the inverse head and shoulders pattern will be validated, will be proven. And at that point we'll be able to measure out the distance between the neckline and the low point of the head, measure that distance to get you an idea of how high you expect price to go. That's your target, basically. So we got a big move here in the US dollar here that we eyeballing is setting up. At the same time, we're seeing a big move to the downside potential in the U.S. markets, especially the NASDAQ having 8 consecutive weeks to the upside. It's got a pullback coming, and it's going to be a sell-off that lasts for weeks in a row. So it's something to definitely take account of. That's all I want to show you today. If you've not been to our free website at PerfectStockAlert.com, it's right there. It's 100% free. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. God bless, take care, and I will see you all tomorrow. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.